Moi kaikki! Today's video will be a tad bit different. I don't know if you can recognize what room I'm in. Olen keittiössä tänään. So yeah, today I will be doing a cooking video. Today I will kokata a dish that I've not done before. It is a staple Finnish dish for all sorts of potlucks, parties, bake sales. And what I'm talking about is the mokkapala. Mokkapala. Mokka is like mocha. Pala is piece. So like a mocha piece. I've only done the American version of brownie. Mokkapala is a bit more, it has a bit of coffee in it. So it has a bit more like chocolate coffee flavored brownie cake. But yeah, I've never actually baked this from my memory. I don't think I have. So today will be the first time. Eli aloitetaan. And before we jump into the video, I just want to give a huge shout out to the user who gave me another super thanks. You're so generous, and I do see it and I do appreciate it, and I'm just really humbled by your support for my channel. So ihan hirveän iso kiitos sinulle. Ensiksi, first, katsotaan reseptistä. Mitä tehdään ensimmäisenä. So it says here pohja, which means base. The valmistus says 30 to 60 minutes. Eli valmistus, the preparation time on 30-60 minuuttia, so half hour to 60 minutes. And the first step is, I will read it and I will translate it. Vatkaa munat ja sokeri vaahdoksi. Kääntele joukkoon sulatettu, hieman jäähtynyt rasva, taikina kaapimella tai puuhaarukalla. If you are aware, but in Finland we measure baking, like when you're baking, for the measurement we use deciliter. So in Finnish, decilitra. Decilitra. That's the unit of measurement that is used in baking here. It's a bit different because I'm used to baking with American recipes, which are in cups. In the UK they use weight, so grams. So it seems like every country is a bit different, so I would be actually quite curious to know, what unit of measurement does your country use when baking? Do you also use deciliter, or are you using cups or grams and weights? So yeah, this is deciliter. You can see it's about this big, as opposed to the American cup. Oop. It's about the, oh goodness, like that's the difference approximately. Cup, deciliter. So it's a tad bit smaller. You can easily convert them if online you just Google, sorry, my camera's in the cupboard. If you just Google like 2 deciliters, 2 cups, the measurement will come. That's what I usually do when I'm cooking, because yeah, I don't know. Anyways, let's get on with it. So 3 eggs. Actually, I don't usually bake with eggs, so usually I use this kind of no egg replacer for baking. This recipe says 3 munaa, but I will be using this instead, and it says 1 teaspoon. To replace 1 egg, you would use 1 teaspoon plus 2 tablespoons of water. Okay, it didn't tell me to do this yet, but I'm just gonna preheat the oven. We use Celsius in Finland, Celsius. Oven is uuni, eli laitetaan uuni 200 celsiukseen tähän aluksi, että se on lämmin silloin kun me sitä tarvitaan. Okay. Alright, and then it calls for 3 desilitraa sokeria. Eli 1 desilitra. We'll add 3 näitä. We'll mix it now. Tältä se näyttää nyt. Okay. Okay, and then it's asking for 150 grams of butter or margarine, so voita tai leivonta margariinia. Usually in Finland you can buy the baking margarines, and then it will have like the lines about like approximately how much is like 100 grams, and then you can with the knife cut it and put it straight in. I don't have that, mulla ei oo sitä, eli mun pitää nyt konvertoida tää 150 grammaa kupeiksi tai desilitroiksi. I suppose I could. What is 150 grams to DL? Eli 150 grammaa on noin, Googlen mukaan, 1,5 desilitraa. Oh, it's here. Tää kyllä näyttää vähän oudolta. If any of you guys have made this before and you see me doing something tragic, I apologize. This is my first time baking this. Eli 5 desilitraa. Oh, this is heavy. Painava is heavy, so tää jauhopakkaus on painava. 2 teelusikallista leivinjauhetta. So 2 teaspoons. So TL is the abbreviation for teelusikka, meaning teaspoon. 2 teelusikallista leivinjauhetta. Leivinjauhe is this. So a tip that I always have, because I can't remember if you're reading an English recipe, for example, and you're in Finland and you can't remember, if you're looking for baking powder, read the Swedish, bakpulver. It's very obvious when you do that. Bakpulver is baking powder. I skipped over this, but I guess it doesn't really matter what order you put this in. Then we have 3 RKL kaakaojauhetta. So kaakaojauhe is cocoa powder. RKL stands for ruokalusikka. Ruokalusikka, which means ruoka is food, lusikka spoon, food spoon, which is tablespoon. So we need 3 tablespoons, 3 ruokalusikallista kaakaojauhetta. So we have this cocoa powder, kaakaojauhe, since we are doing mokkapala. Sitten viimeiseksi 1 teelusikka vaniljasokeria. 1 teelusikka, 1 teaspoon vaniljasokeria. Vanilla sugar. Vaniljasokeri. Sinne meni. Okay, now it's saying it wants me to put this through a sievillä, like a sieve, into here. I really can't be bothered to do this. So if you're offended by poor baking technique, skip over this part, because I really cannot be bothered, and I don't care if it's like super fluffy or not. Right in, close your eyes if you're baking, if you're offended by bad baking technique. 2 decilitra kahvia tai maitoa. I think I'll just do 1 deciliter of coffee and 1 deciliter of maito and see how it goes. This is an experiment, guys. So I just made a tiny bit of coffee. I'll put 1 deciliter kahvia into here. Okei, eli tältä se nyt näyttää. Näettekö? It looks like typical brownie mixture. I really have no idea if this will be at all how a traditional mokkapala will taste like, but you know what? We try new things together, right? Okay. Okay, eli tältä se nyt näyttää. Oh my gosh, se valuu nyt tähän alas. Laitan sen nyt uuniin ja sitten otetaan 15 minuuttia, otan sen sitten pois ja katsotaan yhdessä miltä se näyttää. Sitten on vielä the topping that I have to do. Tehdään se yhdessä sitten kun tää on valmis. Ja sitten maistetaan sitä. Okei, muistaa katsoa aikaa, eli se on 15 minuuttia vaille 3. Okei, nähdään hetken päästä. Se on ollut ehkä 10-12 minuuttia, mutta mä luulen, että se on aika valmis. Mä laitoin veitsen tohon kohtaan. Ja mun mielestä se on valmis, eli otetaan se ulos. Alright everyone, all that's left is to try it. It's right here on the table. Nyt maistetaan tätä mokkapalaa ja katsotaan minkälainen siitä tuli. But it's very moist. I would say it doesn't necessarily taste like mokkapala. It tastes more like brownie, to be honest. It doesn't have such a strong flavor as coffee as I remember other people's. But of course, Finnish people probably make this like many times per year, so they've, you know, perfected it. This is my first time, so you can't always succeed the first time you try something. I think my one tastes like a blend between brownie and mokkapala. It's not quite either one. It's kind of like a mixture in between. Mut joo. Eli tänään me tehtiin mokkapalaa yhdessä. No, yritettiin ainakin tehdä mokkapalaa. Eli joo, jättäkää kommenttia, että ootteko te ikinä yrittänyt tehdä mokkapalaa? Ootteko edes kuullut mokkapalasta? Toivottavasti tykkäsitte tämmöisestä vähän erilaisesta videosta. Ja nähdään sitten ensi kerralla. Moikka kaikki!